Okay, we have a bit of a problem with the image stabilization on this combo of the R7 and the RF 200 to 800. I bought it in Hong Kong, and on the first day, I think it was the first or second day, and I was out in Causeway Bay typhoon shelter, and there were a couple of great white egrets catching fish. A little bit windy, so I steadied the front of the camera on a metal pole with my hand for the front, and in about 5 to 10 seconds, bounce, 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 bounce. What? So, okay, was that a bit of wind? What was it? So tried again, shook the camera, bounce, bounce, bounce. Now, I thought, if I bought a Duff lens? So I was really panicked. Luckily I was still in the country, so I thought, if it really is that bad, I can take it back. Anyway, looking around online, I did the best I could. I couldn't find anything about the R7 and the 200 to 800 combined. I see lots of other videos on this lens and different camera bodies, smaller lenses, but specifically for filming. Now, I want to film 4K. I'm going to be using the 800mm, and I've not really seen any videos of people doing that with this lens combo and camera combo. So I'm hoping this video gets some comments, find some people who might know the answer and can drop it into the comments and let me know if they have a solution. So far I haven't found anything. I might have to contact Canon, might be a firmware thing. What people are saying is that sometimes the in-body stabilization fights with the lens stabilization. And what's going on here is if you steady, if there's no movement whatsoever, absolutely no movement, like you're using a tripod here, which I've taken some video of so you can see how if the camera is absolutely stationary without any wind, it's not very windy day to day, and I'm hidden in the trees. So I gave it a try, I looked through and nothing was, the 800mm you will see the slightest bit of movement, there wasn't any. So I took this footage and you can see no problem. If you hand hold it, no problems, because there's movement in your body and the camera's sensing that and adjusting for it. But if you overcompensate, like you hold it up against a wall or a tree, then it starts fighting. It's like there should be more movement or something like that, I don't know. I'm hoping this video gets Canon to do something, or we get the solution in the comments, or it prompts somebody to get the solution, or somebody that knows the settings that I'm missing. I've tried lots of different settings, turning it from animal tracking to non-animal tracking to servo, non-servo, image stabilization off and on. You can't use it with it off at 800mm, forget it. Spot focus, area focus, lots of different things. I've tried HD, 4K, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 25, 24 frames per second. Nothing is doing it, it's still shaky. At the moment, I've done some tests again, like I've turned the image stabilization off completely because there's no wind here, and it was perfect, really, really sharp, nice and solid. But you don't get that a lot of the time unless you're you can get yourself into a bird hide. So please feel free to comment if you've got the same problem. The RF 200 to 800 is coming to the UK in June, I believe. I think it came into stock and then got sold out, and they're going to get it back into stock in June. So a little bit of warning, if you've got the R7 and you want to film, what I'm finding, a lot of people are not using it to film, they just want to take pictures. So I might be very much alone in this area, but it might affect other lens combos. I have seen other people talk about it fighting, where they've moved the lens to say like the R5 and perfect. So for the time being, just be wary of this. I'm going to keep an eye out, see if Canon's come up with any firmware updates or anything like that. and we'll move from there. But it's really annoying at the moment because I would like to just put the camera on a tripod with a little bit of wind and it compensates for it. When it does work, it's amazing at 800mm, but the slightest bit of, you know, compensation, you put it up against the tree or the tripod and it's bounce, 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 unusable. I've lost so many great shots. I mean, I find it works, it happens when it's a stationary target. You're looking just directly at a bird that's not moving much. Whereas if you're tracking a bird moving, like this gull here, and I tested it, I kept it on the tripod and I tracked it and tracked it, waiting for the bouncing, nothing. As soon as you stop moving, doing, 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 this bouncing happens. So I'd like to know if they're going to do a firmware update of that, or anybody has a solution. Please let me know.